There are societies that have existed prior to us and that currently exist today where roles are flipped. Men will stay home and take care of children. Women will go and hunt and everything.
Not
That's
really.
been
Like
yes.
they say that.
Most hunter-gatherer societies have been intensely egalitarian. We have this notion that it's always been the big, strong man going out to fight. Have you read anything in anthropology?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what book told you that there aren't really societies in which
there are the mythical Amazons and a few examples.
En este video, veremos a Michael Knowles, quien es un conservador, comentarista político, actor. Además, tiene su propio canal de YouTube. He traducido parte de una conversación que él tuvo con un activista progre. En esta conversación se habló de diferentes temas, pero en esta ocasión verás el segmento en el que Knowles le pregunta al activista ¿qué es una mujer? La manera en cómo el activista responde es un poco distinta a la de otros activistas que he visto antes, evidentemente en mi opinión, sin embargo, no es tan distinta en su poca objetividad. Verás cómo intenta darle un sentido mítico a toda la cuestión. Además, será un ejemplo perfecto para que puedas previsualizar cómo estas ideologías están entrando a la mente de la juventud actual. Mira el video completo y coméntame qué es una mujer y qué harás para que tu hijo o hija no sea impregnado e ideologizado por los progres.
Can a man become a woman?
That's a weird question to ask. It's a weird question.
Kind of weird that we have to ask it, isn't it?
Well, no, because different societies have always been fluid and have always worked. So it's like when you ask, can a man become a woman? It's like, well, a person can become whatever they want, but it's like if you're subscribing to the category of man, then unless you stop subscribing to that category.
A person can't become whatever he wants. A person can't become a seagull, for instance.
Well,
so he can't become whatever he wants.
Yeah, because we have to stick within our species. Yes, I understand that. You can't physically become a seagull. But
so I'm saying, can one become the opposite?
Man and woman is not objective in the fact that a seagull and a human is. Those are completely different.
Yeah, in one we're talking about differences in species, and one we're talking about differences in sex. So my question is, can one sex become the opposite sex?
Y aquí empezamos con el primer inconveniente. ¿Es decir que yo puedo modificar cualquier parte de mi cuerpo para que sea igual al de otra persona? Pero que yo sepa, aun cuando realice estas modificaciones, eso solo hará que en apariencia yo parezca algo que no soy. Y si estamos hablando de que puedo modificarme y ser lo que yo quiero ser, ¿por qué eso limitaría a que yo no me convierta, por ejemplo, en un chimpancé, dado que según la ciencia, compartimos una similitud de 99% en nuestro ADN?
Can a man become a woman?
Can an individual man become an individual woman? Yeah, if they were identifying as a man first and then they said, nah, I'm gonna shift up and I wanna become a woman, then yes, they can. But like the category of man, what do you mean, how?
How can that man become a woman?
So when it comes to sex and when it comes to gender and everything, there are many different biological processes to determine one's sex and then corresponding with that. Someone could be biologically male and their testicles could like grow inside of them, and because there's I forgot what the specific gene is, but it like doesn't bind to a specific receptor and it doesn't release the right hormone, so you end up developing the same body as a woman.
They have a deformity.
Yeah,
well, not the same body. You've got testicles.
No, yeah, as in like everything that from an outside perspective looking in, everything that we'd associate with being a woman, broader hips, breasts, all the physical attributes. You could develop all of that.
All the physical attributes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously outside of like a uterus or something, but like you could, and even then there are women who don't. But anyway, besides the point, you could develop all those things that would classify anyone in any other circumstance as a woman.
They're not all those things. You've just admitted they're like the central essential things you're not developing.
Is your the central essential thing?
That's the differentiator.
So what what sex are intersex people are real, correct?
Well, people have genital deformities and certain chromosomal
when you say deformities, that's kind of like
what you just described.
You know, but you're kind of assuming that that's like
it's a defect.
Because I wouldn't say necessarily it's a defect, because again, our genes and our hormones have all types of, we are all born with like the same, like not same possibility of becoming a man or a woman or a boy or a girl, because you don't get born a man or a woman, but like you're born with that same genetic code where if a receptor doesn't bind to a receptor, or if it does, or if you have an XXY or whatever, that significantly shifts what your outward presentation is going to be. So if we're talking about what someone's gender is or what someone's, There's always been variation in humans, especially.
There's a
The
variation
categories that
between men
we
and women.
they're the categories that we assign to those variations. We can draw a box around it, but us drawing boxes around it is just trying to best understand to our ability. But if there are people who are clearly fitting outside of those boxes, there's nothing wrong than just redrawing the box. We always do that all the time.
Sure. Some people have deformities, that's true, and we even though they can usually be pretty clearly classified, like if you have testicles, you're probably a man, but you just said something different.
Yeah, if you have testicles, you're a male.
Yeah.
But the category of man is something that we ascribe to the people who are traditionally male. That's what I'm saying. So when
A man is a male human.
Yeah,
adult.
Well, a man would be. It can be like, again, a man corresponds to the category of male human adult.
Right.
But it's not is that thing. There are more things than just being a male human adult that makes you a man. If I were to go on like Jesse Lee Peterson's show and I'm talking to him about how I like respect women or something, he could call me a beta male. I'm less of a man.
But he wouldn't call you a woman.
Huh? He could call me womanly. He's called people on multiple occasions who said, he said he's no, I'm pretty sure he would call me a woman because
he would call
he's
you
literally
womanish. He wouldn't think you're an actual.
Well, he has a lot of things going on, so he could probably call me womanly, woman, all of the above. He thinks
womanish
people who are
refers to
liberal,
a man who behaves in an effeminate way.
he thinks that people who are liberal are women or womanly anyway. So he could call me all of the above. The point being that the category of man is much more than just what chromosomal makeup you have. Even in a society where you can say, oh, that's acting womanly. There are societies that have existed prior to us and that currently exist today where roles are flipped. Men will stay home and take care of children. Women will go and hunt and everything.
Not
That's
really.
been
Like
yes,
they say that.
Most
that
hunter-gatherer societies have been intensely egalitarian. We have this notion that it's always been the big strong man going out to fight. That's not even like a realistic expectation, because if your big strong man is always the one going out to hunt, that means they're always the most likely one to die, and then you with that strategy, and as opposed if you all work together, which is why we're such a social species. That's been established. So
you would send the women, the weaker out to hunt?
There's societies that do that all the time.
I
go hunt with them.
Really. Is it the thing?
What do you mean there aren't really?
Have
you read anything in anthropology?
Yeah.
And what book told you that there aren't really societies in which
there are the mythical Amazons and a few examples.
I'm pretty sure you can go on PBS and
which
like
tribes
the website
would you point to that are in which the women go out?
Oh, for the life of me, we studied multiple tribes in what is it? It's sub-Saharan Africa. I know it's southern. Is it in Ghana? I forgot exactly what the name of the tribes were. We had a whole chapter in my anthropology course where we talked about conceptions of gender and sexuality throughout different cultures. And there's, I can't remember the name and it's gonna eat me alive, but there are groups in which the women will hunt and do the tackle and everything. They do this, they have another thing called, it's kind of like self-deprivation, where if someone goes out and gets a kill, they won't brag about it. If they brag about it, then the other people will joke back at them, but in a fierce way to diminish.
Yeah, humility is good.
Yeah, but it's not even you imposing your own humility. It's they will humble you if they feel like you're, because they all feel like that's the right. Yeah, a lot of things that we do are correct or fit for our society because we believe that it is that way. But that's not to say that there aren't societies in which people work together. Even in our society is a lot more egalitarian in principle, because women can't just afford to sit at home and not work anymore as much as they used to. We're all kind of working together to provide that income and make children get a better society and a better life that way.
I'm not sure they're getting a better society. And also, someone has to take care of the women. So usually what happens is the woman goes out to work and then makes some money and then pays some other woman to raise the kid at daycare. So it's not like you've actually fixed that problem. You've just changed the way the economy works.
That's an assumption.
But it is. Someone's got to raise the kids.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, both. It could be a man.
But if men and women are both at work, then who's raising the kid?
Yeah, I'm saying they both share time, or you could get a day.
No, they're both at work.
And even then, it doesn't necessarily need to be a woman taking care of the kids. The reason why it is a woman is because we've socially assigned the role of caregiver to women and of worker to men, despite them both being capable of doing either job, which is what other societies have seen, which is why both of them do either
You just
job.
can't name them right now.
Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't.
All right.
But again, I like the chuckle and it is fun. But if you genuinely do care about the issue, you can go look up diversity within species or diversity
sure that I'll
within
find
human societies.
Some Amazon tribes.
Literally Google diversity within human societies, and just because they're Amazon, why do you keep saying Amazon?
Because that's the mythical tribe of female warriors. So
Well, that doesn't even need to. No, it's not female warriors. Is not what I'm saying. I'm saying egalitarian societies. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you said the women go out and fight. And
yeah, I'm saying there are some societies where
that's
the
right.
women do that, but there's also more societies in which it's more an equal thing. Even since we were cavemen, it's
Now,
more of an equal thing.
So getting back to what we were just discussing, since you grant that a man can become a woman, then getting back to even what we were previously talking about, how would that man know that he is a woman? And how would you know that
that's
man is a woman?
That's a completely societally formed thing. So the way I would know that somebody who's a male or doesn't want to be a man anymore, they want to be a woman, I'd know by things like how they outwardly present. Things like the type of societal roles they want to ascribe to over a different one. Sometimes there's no rule saying women must have long hair, but whenever people think of a woman, they usually think of somebody with long hair. So if you want to subscribe to that role, a step people will take will be to grow out their hair or something. Doesn't mean that they need to do it, but that's just something that we kind of assume is womanly, despite the fact that there are many men with long hair. There are certain roles that you can pick and you can choose, and you're like,
But I thought you said the roles don't matter and they're all just sort of socially assigned.
Me tomé la molestia de poder investigar un poco de lo que hablaba Joseph en cuanto a las tribus de África en las que las mujeres tenían un papel completo en la casa. Porque, eso es lo que él expresa, que las mujeres realizan la totalidad de esta labor. Veamos. Los Akaa son un grupo de cazadores-recolectores que habitan en la cuenca del río Congo, principalmente en la República Centroafricana y la República del Congo. En la sociedad Akaa, las mujeres a menudo cazan junto con los hombres y son consideradas cazadoras hábiles, cazan pequeños mamíferos y aves. Las San, también conocidas como bosquimanos o basarba, son un grupo étnico que se encuentra en el sur de África, en países como Botsuana, Namibia, Sudáfrica y Angola. Las mujeres San tradicionalmente han tenido un papel activo en la caza y recolección de alimentos. Cazan pequeños mamíferos y aves. Los Atsa son una comunidad de cazadores-recolectores que habitan en el norte de Tanzania. En la sociedad Atsa, las mujeres a menudo participan en la caza de pequeños animales, como pájaros y roedores, además de contribuir a la recolección de alimentos. Los Mbuti, también conocidos como pigmeos del bosque, son un grupo de cazadores-recolectores que habitan en la selva tropical del Congo, en África Central. Las mujeres Mbuti tradicionalmente han tenido un papel importante en la caza y la recolección de alimentos. Cazan pequeños mamíferos y aves. Las Tuareg, aunque no son cazadoras en el sentido tradicional, las mujeres Tuareg, que habitan en el norte de África, en países como Mali, Níger y Argelia, a menudo desempeñan un papel crucial en la gestión del ganado y la provisión de alimentos para sus comunidades nómadas. Cazan pequeños mamíferos y aves. En casi todos los casos, ellas cazan pequeños mamíferos y aves. Juzga por ti mismo si lo que dijo el progre es 100% real o una realidad a medias. Y aquí termina este video. Si te gustó, dale like, comenta y comparte. Y si no estás suscrito, suscríbete. Gracias, hasta el próximo video.